Previously on Miracles.
Oh, there's a guy, some guy. He's supposed to check the site for miracle. Pleased to meet you. I'm the guy.
I'm afraid there's no miracle here. I just show up, deliver the bad news, and move on.
What's the point of faith if it's never tested?
There's a case in Cottonwood. This one looks like the real thing.
What did Tommy do?
He said he hoped I'd get better soon. Next morning I could see.
He heals people. You have no idea what this takes out of him. For God's sake, it's killing him!
He healed people. I saw it. He died healing me. Why would God do that?
Who said it was God? I've seen what you've seen.
Call me. We may be able to help each other. I'm Paul Callan.
Come in.
In just a few moments, we'll begin our descent into Boston. At that time, the captain will turn on the fasten seatbelt sign and we'll ask all passengers to return their seats and tray tables to an upright position.
Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Got it.
We're gonna land. Thank God for that, huh? I hate flying.
So you've mentioned repeatedly.
Stay with me.
I'll be right back.
Still waiting on that third pillow.
I'm sorry, ma'am. The flight is full. All the
This
pillows
seat
are out.
won't go back.
Press that button right there.
I need a drink.
So do I.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, the drink service is over. We'll be landing shortly.
Oh, thanks.
What did you say?
Thanks?
I may cry. You're very welcome, young lady. Well, he's kind of cute. What's his name?
He's not cute. He's a 1-ton, 20-foot-long predator from the mid-Cretaceous period. Order Saurischia subordotheropoda.
Is that what you're going to be when you grow up?
Yep, a paleontologist. And after that, a botanist. My mom says I can be anything.
Yeah, wait till she grows up.
You're lucky.
What?
You get to fly everywhere for free.
Excuse me, paying customer over here. Can I get a little service, pal?
But I guess the people aren't very nice.
Flight 134, this is Boston Tower, radar contact. We have you in sight. Cleared to land runway 29er, wind 310 at 10.
This is the captain. We'll be on the ground momentarily. Flight attendants, please take your seats for landing.
Please don't crash. Please don't crash.
What's that?
134, you'll be on the ground in... Flight 134, this is Boston Tower. Do you read me over? Flight 134, where are you?
You saw him. Where'd they go?
I had them on radar, and I had a visual, and I'm telling you, they just disappeared.
See him.
Clear the runway.
Maintain holding pattern.
Flight 134, do you read me?
My God. It was beautiful.
Hi, Paul.
Hey,
It's good to see you.
you too.
We'll need to photocopy 2 forms of ID. Driver's license and social security card should be fine.
Before I sign anything, I need to talk to Mr. Keel.
Paul, why don't we take a walk?
Why were you following me?
You're a good investigator, something which I desperately need in light of the coming darkness. I also believe that your former employer did not fully appreciate your rather unique gifts.
Gifts. Like seeing God is now here, written in my own blood.
Yes. You do play a significant role in all of this, Paul.
All of what? The large event you spoke of? I don't believe in the end of the world, Keel.
It's not exactly a comforting thought. In fact, it's probably better if you don't.
What do I have to do with all of this?
Isn't that what you came here to find out? Why are you here, Paul?
I think this was a bad idea. I'm sorry.
Tommy's dead. I don't know why he died and you lived. I don't know why it had to happen that way, but it did. Now something is coming, Paul. The signs are everywhere. Famine, fires, floods. A startling rise in everything from UFO sightings to miraculous visitations to so-called simple crimes of passion. Nothing is simple anymore. Yes. I'm on my way. Something very strange just occurred at Logan Airport. Are you coming? His name is Charles Jurgensen. He's a senior officer in the NSA, the youngest ever, if I'm not mistaken.
How do you know him?
Oh, we were at Cambridge together. He was a Yank, bright, a long way from home. I tried to educate him in the British ways.
And how'd that go?
Not entirely well.
You don't like him?
No, I don't. But I respect him. He's very dedicated, and once upon a time, we shared similar interests.
So what happened?
He wanted to change the world.
And you didn't?
No, as a matter of fact, I did not.
It's quite a philosophy.
This is big. They've got half the army out here.
Can I see your IDs, please?
Flight 134 landed as scheduled at 2:26 p.m. Just prior to landing, there was a small fire in one of the lavatories. A small fire, however, federal regulations demand that the cause be thoroughly investigated. I'm sure we all understand how important safety is in the current climate. As soon as the authorities complete their investigation, the passengers will be released.
My wife has severe medical problems.
We realize this is very hard for everyone. Please,
yes, sir.
be
The
patient.
lockdown will remain so until we get to the bottom of this. It isn't terrorists. It's nothing we've ever seen before. We're doing all that. We're bringing in some people to explore the possible paranormal ramifications. What in the hell took you so long?
Pleasure to see you too, Charlie.
Paul Callan, Evelyn Santos. Make them some badges. Neither of you have ever been convicted of federal crime. Consider yourself sworn in. This investigation is closed door. Discussing it with anyone off premises will be considered an act of treason. Do we understand one another?
Now that you have us all sufficiently terrified, care to tell us what's going on?
Eastern commuter flight 134 was scheduled to land at 2:26 this afternoon when the control tower lost radar and visual contact.
It disappeared.
For exactly 64 seconds.
Okay.
It then reappeared in the exact same location and landed safely.
What happened to the passengers?
We don't know. We're interviewing the ones who are coherent, but everyone's got a different story. Now, we've got 2 hours max to get out in front of this thing before the media starts peeling our skin.
So what do you want from us?
Answers. You guys investigate strange occurrences? Well, something very strange happened to these people. We got to get as much information out of them as possible.
What's under the sheet?
Passenger 13B, burned to death in the airplane lavatory. There was no other evidence of a fire. We need to know how the hell all this happened, and we need to know it now. Let's go. No cameras, notes, or personal recording devices are allowed in or out of the site.
I have a .38 caliber bullet lodged in the anterior lobe of my brain. It was declared inoperable by Dr. Mitchelson at Brigham and Women's Hospital, January 14, 1998.
You're a police officer?
Former.
She's clean. Okay, let's go. As you can see, we're short-handed. If you need to use the restroom, see the guards at the door. This is triage. Make sure they're medically fit, and then we can brief them. You may take notes, but you cannot leave the premises with them or anything else. Make sure you wear your badges at all times. This is Michael Garcia of the NTSB. You'll be reporting to him. He'll get you started on your interviews. Thanks, Mike. Something I want you to see.
Okay. We're trying to establish what exactly happened the moment the plane
disappeared,
encountered difficulty.
How are the passengers?
Let me show you. I don't believe these two even knew each other before the plane took off.
Complete and utter silence. And for the first time in my life, I felt like I finally belonged. And then, there he was.
Who?
Well, Satan.
There were bright lights and a loud noise.
Like an explosion?
Singing. Thousands of voices. It was beautiful. The most wonderful thing has happened. I have to talk to my husband. He has to know. He has to know.
Would you like to sit down?
No. Am I dreaming?
I don't think so.
I have to see my husband. I mean, he has to see me.
Why?
I have severe frontal and parietal lobe damage. At least I did when I got on that plane.
You have a brain injury.
Oh, I have a whopper of a brain injury. Akinetic mutism. Do you know what that means? I can't move, walk, stand, or speak.
Hi, my name's Evelyn. What's yours?
Tiana Thompson.
Can you tell me what happened on the airplane?
I saw.
What did you see?
The rest of my life.
You mean?
Oh, yeah.
The people down there have some problems. This one, we're worried about. He was the flight attendant. So any idea what in God's name happened here?
That's what we're about to find out.
Emotions are running high outside Terminal 16 at Logan Airport this afternoon as families continue to wait for word on their loved ones from Eastern Commuter Flight 134. Government sources cited possible terrorist activity as the cause for the news.
Excuse me, miss. My wife is profoundly disabled. She is in a wheelchair. She is traveling with her nurse. I need to know she's all right.
We're doing everything we can, Mr. Longridge.
Longview.
Yes, because it's pine cones.
And pineapples.
EEG displaying elevated alpha waves.
You're using two cameras?
Yeah. In case one malfunctions. Subject's blood pressure is still 180/70.
Bien, mit bezar, hade, dekada, and alien, diasabut, hade, mishtabien, Michael, mit bezar, ku, ariat, lighty, the barkat, Wakala, Nachshula, diasabut, did.
Arayir barakut, Ashkana Roakala, Nachshula, Diasabuta did Abita Gazaoar.
Do you know the language?
I believe he's speaking Aramaic.
Like Jesus?
No, but what he's saying...
That language has been dead for 2,000 years. You can understand it?
I get married at 22 to Glenn Thompson. He didn't do too well in school, but his uncle's with the county, and he gets Glenn a job. Flagman on the highway crew. We save up all year for a trip to the Grand Canyon. Ethan and Allie are carsick the whole time.
Ethan and Allie?
Our 2 kids. I know I'm supposed to love them, but they're really difficult.
We were on our honeymoon, and I'd been on the ski team in college, and Mark, now, first he says that we can't afford anything fancy, maybe 2 days in Tijuana. And then he takes me to the Swiss Alps. Oh, it was heaven. And I'm showing off a little bit. Okay, a lot. And I'm doing all the black diamonds and jumps, and I lost it. I hit the lift tower. That was 21 years ago. Mark never blinked. He's taken care of me all these years. I couldn't do anything for myself. That's why I have to see him and tell him.
What do you want to tell him?
That I know. Every time he touches my face, or he brushes my hair, or he bathes me, I know how much he loves me. He's such a good man. And all these years, I've never been able to tell him. I know, but I can't tell him I know. I can't tell him how much I love him. This is really silly. I'm really happy. I can't wait to see him and tell him.
You will.
Joyce. Where's Joyce?
Who's Joyce?
My nurse. She was on the plane with me. Poor thing. She hates flying. She's always afraid that the plane is going to crash and we're all going to burn to death.
Could you excuse me for a moment?
Of course. How's it right here? I'm doing that.
Heart weight, 6.2 ounces.
You can't be here. Move or I'll move you.
Okay. I try to go back to school, but Glenn gets laid off. So I get a second job, working at the florist. I always liked plants. And then on my 39th birthday, my father dies of lung cancer.
Why don't I go get us some water?
I believe that word is toad. How you doing, Phil?
Irbubia carriera bare chame segia, shemshanaya uruma makika neutrone.
I think we could let him out of the jacket now. It's all right.
Modulating frequencies, temporary cohesion. What's it all mean, Alva?
Well, I think he's using Aramaic, which is one of the world's oldest languages, to express certain theoretical projections of modern physics.
Like what?
Cold fusion, perpetual motion, etc.
What happened up there?
We better make this quick. In about 2 minutes, they'll start looking for me. I have a theory about what happened. I think that each of those passengers brought their own individual experience to the phenomenon that they encountered.
Which explains why they each experienced something different.
I think you're right. Deanna was talking to the flight attendant just before it happened, and he asked her what she wanted to be when she grew up.
She was thinking about her future and she saw it. I think it goes further than that. Karen's nurse was terrified she would crash and burn to death. I'll give you one guess who we saw on that gurney.
Hold on. She thought about crashing and burning so vividly that it actually happened?
Yes. I think that for 1 minute and 4 seconds, those people were in a higher realm, a realm where consciousness determines reality.
What you think is what you are. Karen told me she was asleep and dreaming what she always dreams, that she can walk and talk to her husband.
So this flight attendant who's speaking in tongues, what was on his mind when it happened?
Ancient mathematicians used to speak in metaphor when their concepts got too unwieldy, and I hope I'm the only one seeing this right now, but I believe that he's discovered a cutting-edge physics, one that our military leaders would dearly like to get their hands on.
I'm guessing it's not the cure for cancer.
No, it's not. It's a methodology, and it seems sound to me for disassembling reality as we know it.
Disassembling reality. What are you saying?
I'm saying that flight attendant knows how to destroy the world.
He knows how to destroy the world? What are you talking about?
It's not what I'm talking about. It's what he's talking about. Our friend is conducting a lecture series on the physics of destruction. Imagine a... Imagine a cross between Oppenheimer and Stalin.
Imagine the government getting their hands on that technology.
We have to stop that from happening.
I know. I just wish I knew how.
You don't think your NSA friend has picked up on this?
Aramaic is a difficult language. I don't think the translators are seeing what I'm seeing yet. Oh, there's one more thing.
What?
At one point, Phil used the phrase, the dark is its own thing. Does this mean anything to you, Paul?
I think the dark is its own thing, too.
Why?
Because the next thing he said was tell Paul.
What the hell is this?
It's a brainstorming session, no luck yet.
First thing, no secret meetings. Second thing, you need to get back upstairs.
Why, what's wrong?
Phil just started to speak English.
God, I needed that. Can I bum a cigarette?
No.
You don't smoke?
You're 11.
Right.
And besides, think about what happened to your dad. He died of lung cancer on your 39th birthday.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
God, this is torture. When are they gonna let us out of here?
Soon, I hope.
I just want to run or do something. Go hiking, shopping, or walk into a restaurant alone. Order some food that I can eat all by myself. Hell, I even want to go skiing. How crazy is that?
It's not crazy at all. What's wrong?
A headache.
So, what's first on the list when you get home?
First, that's between Mark and me. Second, the ocean. Do you know how long it's been since I went swimming in the ocean?
The vibrational modes are all integral, of course, and the higher order dimensions are curled so tightly they cannot be observed. All matter is held in place by these vibrating string-like entities.
Wait, hold a second. What exactly do you mean by entities?
Frequencies. All matter is held in place by them. If you disrupt the frequencies, the matter disperses. It's like that toy. You know? With the picture of the bald guy in that plastic frame and all those little metal shavings, and you use the magnet pen to bring up the shavings, get him a beard and mustache and hair and stuff. All matter in the universe is thus given a kind of temporary cohesion, but it is illusory.
What just happened to him?
Keel! I want to talk to him now. Keel! What's wrong?
It's okay, it's okay.
We've got to let Karen Longview out of here.
Why?
It's wearing off or reversing. Whatever happened. She's getting sick again. They're losing it.
Which means you don't have much time.
Karen needs to see her husband now.
And that's impossible.
Please explain to your friend that Karen Longview isn't harboring any state secrets. You've got no excuse to keep her here. She wants to talk to her husband while she still can.
Give me 5 minutes. All right, Alva, you get back in there.
Thanks for all your help.
Hey, try not to let it get to you.
See what the problem is. If they don't want to let her out, fine. Then at least bring him in.
I wasn't talking about that. I mean, everything. I felt the same when I first joined up with Alva.
I don't know what I'm supposed to make of all of it. I mean, you know, a week from now, not one of these people's going to remember what happened in this hangar, but you and me, we are. And Sometimes I wish...
You wish you could forget?
No one leaves. Thanks.
When will they give us an answer? My boyfriend is
How you feeling?
Tired. Not good. My head hurts.
Karen. Whatever it was that happened on that plane, it's stopping. I'm not sure why, and I don't know how fast, but...
I have to see Mark.
You can't. I already asked. They're not gonna let anyone leave until it's over.
Until everyone's forgotten. As if it had never happened at all. I want to show you where it happened while I still can.
Aging paint, deoxygenated water in the lavatories, no tungsten in the light bulbs. How am I going to put this in a report?
A big flash of a blue and yellow light, right above the wing.
Get Garcia over here. He should hear this.
Yeah, this section right here. Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Hold it!
Doctor, look at this.
This is interesting.
The government has now ruled out suspected terrorist activity in the investigation of Flight 134. However, sources do confirm that a fire in one of the lavatories resulted in the tragic death of one passenger, whose name is being withheld pending notification of next of kin.
Wait a second. You saying she'd be alive right now but wasn't for the autopsy?
There's no way we can know that for sure.
Still, we informed the media that we have only one victim who was killed in the fire.
And yet we now have an almost perfectly restored body. Difficult to explain.
Burner.
They're letting me go?
Yes. I convinced Charlie that sending you to jail for 5 years would result in unwanted publicity.
How's Karen?
She's not well. That wasn't the most thought-out plan in the world, was it?
I had to do something.
We were brought here to observe. Nothing more.
You sound just like your friend.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
What's going to happen to me?
They will take you somewhere. Try to find out what it is you know.
But I don't know anything.
You did, even if you don't remember. And they will proceed on the assumption that it's still in there somewhere. I'm sorry.
Wait. Can't you do something?
Do you remember the last thing you were thinking before it happened?
Passengers were running me ragged. Being rude. Making me feel like crap. I started talking to this little girl. She had a dinosaur book. I asked her what she was going to be when she grew up, and she said she was going to be a paleontologist and a botanist. When I grew up, my mom said I can be anything. And I remember my mom saying that to me. Phil, when you grow up, you're going to do big things. You'll be important. You're going to change the world.
Time to go.
Why don't you let this one go?
I haven't done even enough favors for one night.
Look, he doesn't know anything. It's gone. You're never gonna find what you're looking for.
It's late. I'm tired. And frankly, I've had enough of you and your friends, Alba, so good night.
Charlie.
What?
May I at least say goodbye?
Make it quick.
And she? My Maruta!
Hold it. Get him out of here. What the hell was that?
Traditional Aramaic farewell. Good night, Charlie.
It's the bullet lady. Go on. Empty your pockets.
It must have been the keys. That's it, okay?
You got some sort of problem?
A Friday day of questions for the friends and relatives of Flight 134 has ended in mostly happy reunions.
Mommy, Daddy!
For several long hours, families waited for information on
What in God's name took you so long?
What was I supposed to do? They wouldn't let me leave.
So it didn't look like you were exactly observing back there.
Ancient shamans believed that a sudden shock coupled with the correct mnemonic prompt could erase a person's short-term memory.
Hope it worked.
So he really did want to destroy the world?
Well, I think he wanted what most people want, to be important.
Where are you taking me?
I guess he got his wish.
Thank you.
Can I help you?
You don't know me. My name is Paul Callan. I was with your wife yesterday.
On the flight?
No, later. Karen is... She's a terrific person. Anyway, this is... Well, it's something I thought you should see. Please, don't ever tell anyone you have it.
He's taken care of me this whole time. I couldn't do anything for myself. That's why I have to see him and tell him.
What do you want to tell him?
That I know. Every time he touches my face or brushes my hair or bathes me, I know just how much he loves me. He's such a good man. And I've never been able to tell him all these years. I know, but I can't tell him I know. I can't tell him how much I love him. This is silly. I'm really happy. I can't wait to see him and tell him.
You will. You will.
Dad, let's go.